Welcome back to the channel, my friends. Warhammer Man Studios. I'm Warhammer Man, and today we're taking a look at this week's Sunday preview. This video is sponsored by CMO Games. More on that later. Sunday preview. The Twin-Tailed Crusade runs into an Ironjawz problem. Strap on your armor, boys. It's time Cities of Sigmar found out what a real army looks like. This week we're going Ironjawz mad, and joined by a large and very irritable Troggoth king rising from his slumber. It's a good time to root for the Grand Alliance of Destruction, and a pretty miserable one for anyone in their way. So let's see what this week has in store. So there's a little video right here, but we're going to skip that and take a look at the full article. Alright, so first we have Dawnbringers Book 2, Reign of the Brute. And I have to say, this cover art is absolutely awesome. Not only do I love the model, but this art is amazing. The story of the Twin-Tailed Crusade continues in Dawnbringers Book 2, as the brave soldiers of Hammerhall strike out across Ashby and Ghyran. This time they'll have some titanic foes to deal with, as one branch clashes head-on with the Gargant King Broad, seeking vengeance for the death of his father, while the other tangles with the Trugg, the Troggoth King. This book contains a selection of awesome battle plans to reenact moments from the book, as well as the latest narrative and rules for 4 new armies of renown. It's packed with great stuff for fans in the mortal realms, and will be available for pre-order on Saturday, in either regular or a captivating limited edition. Alright, and then the first of our new Dawnbringer box sets, Trugg's Great Trogg Herd. So we have the brand new Trugg the Troll King, and then 2 boxes or 6 total of the Orruk Troggoths. After a century or 2 of sleep, Trugg woke up with an almighty headache, which might have something to do with the great celestial engine someone had stuck onto his head while he caught 40 winks. As the slightest hint of the arcane causes him excruciating pain in the skull, he's gathered a horde of his fellow Troggoths for a no-holds-barred magic-smashing tour, and the Twin-Tailed Crusade is in his warpath. Trugg's Great Trogg Herd gives you all the miniatures you need to start an all-Troggoth army, including the king himself and his entourage of 6 Rocket Troggoths. It's the first place you can get the new Bruiser, and it's a great accompaniment to existing Gloomspite Gitz armies too. So very cool. I will definitely be picking up this box set. I am super excited for Trugg. I love the model. I love the lore. Freaking awesome. And next we see the Rabble Rowza. Speaking of Gitz, only one truly versed in the ways of making noise could rouse the Troggoth King from his hibernation. And the Rabble Rousers just that grot. The piercing, magically enhanced voices of these chuntering champions are loud enough to disturb creatures lurking far underground. And he's just what a horde of grots need to buck their ideas up. So he did get rules in the first Dawnbringer book, and was obviously part of the Dawnbringer Gitz box set. And now you'll be able to pick him up individually. So definitely cool, although I'm not sure when the rest of the characters from those same Dawnbringer Book 1 boxes are going to actually be available individually, because we didn't see them in this article. But that is not all the love for the Gitz. We've got some brand new dice as well. These dice are a great way to give your Gloomspite Gitz a flash of style. Each pack contains 20 yellow plastic dice with the emblem of the Bad Moon embossed in black ink, just what the Loon Boss ordered. So there are 20 in this set, so that is definitely awesome, as some of the other sets have been slowly shrinking down to smaller quantities. Definitely really good visibility on them. Obviously the yellow and black stand out against each other, so very easy to read. That being said, I'm not a big fan. Alright, and then next we have the Battle Tome Supplement Ironjawz, free for download. A host of new Ironjawz are coming to pre-order on Saturday. Their rules can be found inside the new Dawnbringers book, but in case you aren't getting your hands on a copy this week, we've got you covered with a free PDF download on Battle Tome Supplement Ironjawz. This contains all 8 war scrolls from Ardboys with their new weapon options to the brutal Tusk boss on Maw Grunta. Speaking of which, so very cool that they are giving this away for free alongside the sale of the book. So let's take a look at these new units that we've seen previewed before, and start to build that hype train up, as they will be going up for pre-order next week. Alright, so first we have the Tusk Boss on Maw Grunta, and it does look like there are 3 different ways that you can build the Maw Grunta kit, or as it's often been referred to as, the Big Pig. The Big Pig is here. Lead your Ironjawz from the front atop the most ornery, short-tempered mount seen so far in the mortal realms. Really, this thing would give Dorgar a run for his money. The Tusk Boss is a powerful fighter and capable leader for the Ironjawz army, and unlocks the ability to take more Maw Gruntas as battle line choices. So very cool, obviously an awesome model, and I will definitely be adding this into my Ironjawz. That's right, an entire army of giant hairy chargers. This kit builds the Tusk Boss variant, or alternatively a Maw Grunta with Hack and Crew, or Maw Grunta Gouger, with plenty of options for making yours stand out on the battlefield. Alright, so here is the Maw Grunta with Hack and Crew. And then also the Maw Grunta Gouja. So we can see he doesn't have his extra little buddies on here as well. And then if we just scroll back up here, we can see this one has got like a bunch of extra bits, the much more like decorated rider. Very, very cool though. Definitely a big fan of this. I really like the blades on the tusks and everything like that. And like passenger platforms on the sides. That is very cool. Definitely an awesome model. I cannot wait to get my hands on this thing. And honestly, I can't quite tell, but it looks like it's probably going to be about as big as the Maw Grunta. So definitely looking forward to putting them next to each other and seeing. All right, and then next we've got the Ardboy Big Boss. Not all leaders need to ride something big and flashy to get the job done. The Ardboy Big Boss is a seasoned commander who marches to war alongside his fellow orks, getting stuck into combat with 5 damage to attacks and a bad attitude to match the prodigious resilience. So definitely a cool model. I'm a fan of him. And then obviously super excited for the brand new Ardboys as well. I'm not sure exactly where he's going to fit into my army, honestly, but we'll have to see what his special rules are and everything. And hopefully there's something that incentivizes you to take him. But the truth is, last thing I was going to get excited for is a new Ironjawz foot hero. But I do like this guy. All right, and then next we've got the Orruk Ardboys. And probably the biggest glow up of the entire edition. The old models were cool, but definitely dated. They actually range all the way back to like the old Warhammer Fantasy days. And these guys are just next level. And while I do have a bunch of Ardboys already painted up, I cannot tell you how excited I am to replace them with these brand new sculpts, because they are amazing. Ardboys are the bread and butter of an Ironjawz Wa. If the bread were metal and the butter were violence. This new kit updates the classic armored orruks into a new age, with brand new options to equip all 10 with spears and shields. Plus they look absolutely brilliant. So I definitely agree with that. The spears are cool. The new little like changes to the rules are cool. The extra armor and everybody carrying shields. I'm just a huge fan. But the truth is, the models are just next freaking level. And the entire Ironjawz army is going to look substantially better, having replaced the old Ardboys with these new shiny ones. All right, and then next we've got the Weirdbrute Wrekkaz. When an orc bragging gets too much and they can't live up to the lofty expectations they've set, the shame sends them on a path of self-destructive redemption as a brute rager. Stripping off their armor and carrying massive two-handed weapons into battle, they seek to reclaim a sense of self-worth through sheer bloody-minded butchery, and woe betide those who would try to stop them. So I like these models. They're cool. I like the lore and everything. It's definitely cool, but I'm really not sure how these are going to fit into the army. So depending on what the rules are and everything for these, the thing that initially throws me off is the fact that there's only 3 of them. It's very hard for me to even picture a 3-man unit of the infantry and how that is going to make an Ironjawz army better. So we'll have to see what the rules look like on these guys and the 2 different variants and see exactly what it is that they're bringing to the table. Obviously, the list building was a little bit bland in the past as there were some limited units for Ironjawz. So I'm definitely happy to have more choices. But the truth is, in order for those choices to really find their way into an army for anything other than just like cool models and painting them, they have to actually like serve a purpose, something that the army is not doing on its own already. And I know that the Big Pig is going to serve that purpose, but I'm just not sure how a 3-man heavy infantry unit is going to. But I'm open to waiting on the rules and potentially adding these boys as well. I'll probably end up picking them up regardless, just because the models are awesome. But I'm just not sure that they're going to be like a functional new part of the army until we see the rules on them. Now a quick message from today's sponsor. CMO Games has been selling Games Workshop products online for over 20 years. They carry the full line of Games Workshop products, including Warhammer 40,000, Age of Sigmar, Necromunda, Blood Bowl, paint tools, and more. Almost all Games Workshop products are priced at 15% off MSRP. CMO Games takes pre-orders for most Games Workshop products released at their earliest date possible. 12:01 a.m. on Saturday, they go live. Most of these pre-order products are also priced at 15% off MSRP. CMO Games offer free shipping in the US 48 with an order of $50 or more. Their customer service is top-notch and they ship most orders within 24 hours. Visit CMOGames.com using the affiliate link in the description and let them know that you heard about CMO Games from Warhammer Man. Now back to the video. And then if you like those models, these ones are just as good, if not better. I absolutely love this version as well. Sometimes the storm of a Wa, energy that swirls around an Orruk battle, can send some boys off the deep end, and they end up in a unit of Weirdboy Wrekkaz. The only thing they're good for is bolting on an iron mask and swinging a heavy ball and chain, which is a task their fellow Ironjawz are only too happy to set them to. So again, really cool models. We'll have to see what the rules are and everything to see, do they actually have a place in the army? All right, and next we've got Zoggrok Anvilsmasha, and of course his Squig Clunk. A proper release calls for some legendary named characters, and one of the greatest ever is finally taking their first steps into the mortal realms. Strong, handsome, and indispensable in a forge, Clonk is a true red-blooded hero of Gorkamorka, and even comes with an entire Orruk smith as a bonus. All jokes aside, Zoggrok Anvilsmasha is a legendary forge master, responsible for a thick armor and rugged blades carried by his Ironjawz tribe. He's also a dab hand in a fight, as you might expect from an orc, and can smash enemy ward saves into nothing with his crude magical sword. So definitely cool. Again, we'll have to see what the bonuses are. I feel like a support character like this that's also a beat stick is definitely nice. Cool model as well. Definitely a unique anvil. I do like the squig action, the lore and everything. So very excited for this one as well. All right, and just in case you thought the Ironjawz were the only ones getting any love, we've also got the new kruleboyz Vanguard box as well. And I did go into the details about this box, how I feel about it and everything. So if you haven't checked that out, I'm not going to go through everything again in this video. But essentially, if you're excited for orcs, if you want to play kruleboyz, in my opinion, you're way better off just picking up the Dominion set, which includes all these models, a bunch more, and a Stormcast Eternals army, as well as the rulebook, with the exception of the Beast Skewer Killbow. So you could literally pick up Dominion for like $100, buy a Killbow for $30. It would cost the same amount as this, and you would have exponentially more stuff for the money. But that's just my 2 cents. If you prefer your orcs of the sneaky, scheming variety, Vanguard Orruk Warclans has just a collection of kruleboyz for you. This set contains a Killaboss on Great Nashtooth, a Mercanab with Belchabana, 1 Beast Skewer Killbow, 3 Man Skewer Boltboyz, and 10 Gut Rippers. Perfect for starting your own swamp-dwelling warband, or building on an existing army with a balanced selection of units. I mean, that's the craziest thing I've ever heard in my life. There's absolutely no one on planet Earth that already owns kruleboyz that needs this box set. All right, and then next from Black Library, we have Yndrasta the Celestial Spear. So this is going to be the hardcover version of the book. Yndrasta is an intimidating hunter with a penchant for silently dropping off fleshy, decapitated heads at the foot of Sigmar's throne. And in Yndrasta the Celestial Spear by Noah Van Wyn, she has her work cut out for her, defending the sled city of Rikamin, an nomadic metropolis that skids across the icy tundras of Gur. So very, very cool cover art. Absolutely awesome model as well. And I'm sure this book is pretty cool because what I've read about Yndrasta already is awesome. And I really do give it for Games Workshop for developing so much awesome lore. I think a lot of people, including myself, were a little skeptical with Age of Sigmar when it came out. But over the last few years, it has really, really grown on me. And I do love the world that Games Workshop has created. So very, very cool. Lots of awesome stuff. Tons of amazing models. I know I am going to be picking up this box set and probably most, if not all, of the Ironjawz as well. These models are absolutely amazing. Games Workshop has been knocking it out of the park, and you really just got to give them credit where credit is due. So let me know what you're excited about, what you're going to be picking up this week. Always like to hear back from you guys in the comments. I want to say thank you one more time for everybody helping the channel to get to 10,000 subscribers. It absolutely means the world to me. Also, special thanks to CMO Games for sponsoring this and many of our other videos on the channel. If you're looking for any of these Games Workshop products, make sure to check out the link in the description to save 15% with free shipping in the USA. That's it for today. Warhammer Man Studios, I'm Warhammer Man, and let the Crusades begin. And I'm out of here.